How much more will XRP go up? This is a really great question. You guys ask me too many questions. That's why I'm going to talk about this subject with Mark Yusko today. We're going to go deep. We're going to talk about the state of the world markets and what that means for XRP and its growth. While I'm going to talk about a lot of different things today, I'd like to start with a short clip from Mark Yusko. I think he has some really interesting things to say that many of you, including myself, haven't really thought about. It caught me off guard. First, I'm going to play this, and then we'll talk more about XRP's environment. Most people don't know, right? There must be 1.7 billion pages in the world, right? A lot of them were made by you in the beginning. There was another one in 1991, which is always 14 years after the last one. Also, why is it always 14 years? That's because everything is made by young people. You need a few people to drive by your house if you want to have a yard sale in your neighborhood. There's a good chance that your garage sale will make you a lot of money. Also, if you want to make money trading, you should always put your money where the bad people are. I think I'm pretty strong, but I couldn't break that gold bar in half. That's not possible for me to do. I could not put it on the computer and email it to you. But I can send you Bitcoin right away from anywhere in the world with just a few keystrokes. From what we can see, today we have a lot to talk about. Mark Yusko goes into all of them in great detail. Here's where I start. I want to talk a little more about XRP and why it's better than Bitcoin. Mark Yusko, he has a lot of faith in Bitcoin and other coins. But Bitcoin is what he usually works on. Today we're going to take a bit more of his information and figure out what it means for XRP, which I'm much more optimistic about. This is why. Mark Yusko's main point was that you can send Bitcoin by pressing a few buttons on your phone. That can be done on XRP, but it's faster, cheaper, more efficient, and simpler for the user. Yes? Thus, Mark Yusko also brought up another matter. Those who are younger are the ones who are growing. It's important to see what younger people are doing. A lot of younger people, like millennials, Gen Zers, and Gen Zers, will buy Bitcoin instead of stocks. That may make you wonder, why is that? Why do they want to buy cryptocurrencies more than stocks? That doesn't make sense. It's a brand new business. They are working on technologies that will change the world. These are the kinds of things that young people today care about. This is exactly why I believe everyone should be focusing on learning as much as possible about the best tools in this field that will make the world a better place. Because if you can find those and get into them, I think you'll be doing very well financially. This is just my opinion, not financial advice. After all of that, I'm just going to say a few more things about what Mark Yusko says. Then we'll leave that behind and go into more detail about XRP. That's the first thing we should do. If you like what you're seeing, click the like button. Now let's get to it. There is something that changes trust for truth. This is what blockchains and Bitcoin are eventually. What does it all mean? I had this life, right? Then, after 14 years of computers and know-how, Web 1 came out in 1996. You could only post things online for people to read, right? Like you made these really cool, beautiful websites that were way ahead of their time. You can see something and turn the wheel. That's a big deal, but you couldn't do anything about it, right? I couldn't say, well, why don't we paint that Ferrari blue instead of red? That meant it could only be red. Read right. Read right. Own is a book that Chris Dixon wrote that everyone should read. That is a great way to describe it. After 14 years in 2010, Web 2 comes along. Yes, you can now write on the web. As a person, yes, Facebook lets you post pictures. Facebook will make money off of it, but you don't have to do anything. You can post that information or movie on YouTube. Here's something cool and interesting. Since I'm 61 years old, I'll be 62 next month. I made up my mind a year ago that I want to learn how to play the guitar. I didn't do what most people do and hire a teacher or read a book. I watched videos of people playing guitar on YouTube and then watched what they do. It's really cool. You can find great teachers on YouTube. You don't want to learn anything. Crazy thing is, those pieces of material were made for free by people. There is a small take rate for them now, but it's very small, and the owners make all the money. In the early stages of Web 2.0, people like Facebook, Amazon, and Google gained a lot of power at the application layer, and they became very wealthy. Now that it's 2024 and 2025, we're in the read, write, own. If I make something, let's say I become an artist and write a song and play the guitar really well, you can find it on the web. I can take it. I don't need a record company. There is no fee for me to pay someone to help me. It's easy for me to talk to my friends. Someone from Italy named Violet Zeroni, right? She's from Italy, uses Bitcoin, plays the guitar and sings beautifully. And no, she doesn't do this through a third party. She has told. Talk to one of the fans. She has done NFT. In fact, this will be good for you. So, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, there was a TikTok verse challenge by a girl and was known as Crypto Boy. The song was called Crypto Boy Says That You Know Don't Want to Know About Your Crypto Boy. And she would sing a verse and then ask other people to sing a verse. What I thought was really cool was that she put together her verse and the other people's verses, and some of them were really good and talented. It went viral, and I thought it was as good as Skimmer Boy. Like something else, it was cool, but I wasn't going to change the world. And I was going to do the dare, but my daughter told me not to go on TikTok. No. Of course I do, but she's telling me not to talk about your crypto or we're not going to hang out or something. I say, no, listen. That sound you made is great. It took a lot of work from you. It's pretty good, really. It's short. ByteDance is also getting rich. There is a lot of money in TikTok. You would have made money if you turned that into an NFTs and owned the material. It's interesting that Pussy Riot then asked her to join them on stage, where they made an NFT. A small part of the money was taken by them, but most of it had already gone to TikTok, which is clearly unfair. Okay? And this is the world we live in now as YouTubers and video creators. I understand how you feel. The government is taking away half of my money. YouTube is taking half of my money. All of my money has been taken by social media. In other words, I'm giving their site something of value while getting nothing in return. That's the truth. And that's why I think cryptocurrency is so important. People are given back control of their own lives, and it's not just for making material, which is one great example. It also keeps track of songs, property rights, real-world assets, and who owns them. It does this for titles, you name it. All of that can be put on the blockchain, which can make the system more fair and clear for everyone. That is, all of those agents that you see in everyday life, like when you buy a house, right? You have to pay a lawyer a lot of money for the land transfer and all the taxes that come with it when you buy a house. All of that can be done automatically, which will save you all billions or even trillions of dollars. This is the power of cryptocurrency. It's truly amazing. Smart contracts can do it automatically.